Alright, so it's personal rig update time again, although unfortunately I don't have nearly as much of an update for you guys as I would have liked, so I'm starting to test fit things together. Honestly, I haven't worked on the project in quite a while. The tops of my copperhead spreaders are still at the plating shop, where I discovered that they actually can't be plated because they aren't brass, which is what I thought they were made of. They are made of colored aluminum. Which is going to be a bit of an issue. So yeah, that's no good. As you can see, I've made some rough marks on the back in terms of where I want to cut out a CPU cutout, as well as some cable management holes. Yeah, I put this back in. You can see it's no longer black. It is now completely stripped. I actually had some issues with some of the metal that I got back from the plating shop because they were covered in white residue when I got them back, and so I cleaned them, and unfortunately I didn't dry them as well as I'd thought, and I got some rusting going on, so I had to clean them again with WD-40, which means I'm going to have to rinse them in a solvent before I can actually get them painted. Yeah, so there's some of that going on there. Right, test fitting components. So this whole phase is going to be basically getting the whole system built and wired, so all the custom wires made and sleeved and all of that without before I get it painted. So the whole thing has to be pretty much done, and then it's time to send everything off for painting once I've made all of the cuts that I need to make. As you can see, I've switched motherboards. I'm actually going to be going with the X79 UD5 unless a better option presents itself, because in terms of coil whine and aesthetic appeal, it's the best balance I can find. The Asus one doesn't coil whine, but the color scheme doesn't really match what I'm trying to do. And this one, the MSI one that I have, is a bit of a coil whine issue when sort of doing anything. The irony is that this one doesn't whine when I'm doing anything CPU intensive, but it whines when I'm transferring anything over the network. So yeah, every board has its quirks. I can't stand coil whine personally, and it's really dampened my enthusiasm for the whole project, to be perfectly honest, because I hate spending a bunch of time building something that I know I'm not going to be happy with, and I'm going to have to change something later. Other progress, though, moving right along. Speaking of things that don't coil whine and are awesome in every way, the XFX 80 Plus Platinum power supply. So I've actually done the... Come on, focus. You can do it. Focus on that. And then focus on that. There you go. So I've done the bulk of the sleeving that'll go into this power supply, because I'm not going to bother sleeving things that you're not going to be able to see. I'll just leave the stock sleeving on those ones. So you can see the CPU connector in there is done. The 24-pin connector here is done. So that's pretty much what it'll look like with my patented 2 wires per sleeve individual sleeving. So semi-individual sleeving is what we'll call that. Yeah. I think it looks pretty sharp. So you can see the colors a little bit right at the very ends. I'm willing to live with that compromise. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So you guys will find out in a moment why I haven't had any time to work on my personal rig. And I apologize for the color in this shot, because it's terrible. We had a bit of a camera malfunction, but we caught him at his best, so we're probably just gonna go with that. So guys, this is the reason why I haven't really had time to work on my personal rig, other than the couple small updates that you can see, that you saw so far. Let's make sure he's sitting here okay. So this is my baby boy, and not sure how many appearances he'll make on the channel, but at any rate, I figured I'd give you guys sort of the scoop of what's going on. And he's doing pretty well on the camera here. Can you give us a smile? What do you think? I don't think we're gonna get a smile out of him. That's okay. We had another clip that had bad white balance where he randomly managed to smile a little bit, so let's just get him scooped up here. Okay, so let's see your practice. Say, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Linus Tech Tips. Oh wow, what good timing. Yeah, I know, sweetheart. So guys, this is basically the reason why I haven't had any time at all to work on my personal rig. And for some reason the camera loves him and he loves it, because he was so grumpy for the hour leading up to us filming this, and now he's giving us a nice big long smile. So this is my baby boy, and I'm not sure if he'll make too many appearances in the videos, but there you go. So, more personal rig updates when I get to it. But for now, there are other priorities, aren't there, sweetheart?